Hello.
Hello, Harry. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That's great. That's great.
Morning. Welcome to
Good morning. Good morning. And there is 7 a.m. So good evening.
yeah.
Good
What?
evening. I'm really happy, and I think I have a lot of to tell to your students. I have a really interesting journey in my life, and it has to do with education and plus business. So I think they're gonna love it. Also, I'm gonna tell some of my experience as a teacher, how I decorated my class, how I changed my curriculum, and also the Fulbright. So I think it's gonna be very interesting conversation. And which class are your students?
So my students actually they are belong to the multiple classes, starting from
Oh,
sixth
okay.
grade to the
From
sixth grade to
6
the
to?
tenth grade, sixth to tenth grade,
Okay,
tenth.
6 to 10 grade. I used to teach from 1st to 12, the whole generation.
Oh,
Yeah, because I was
so
giving only one subject, the IT. I did the IT from 1st to 12th grade in each class. So basically I was learning programming language back in high school to them. And that we have like a traditional curriculum. So one of the things that I wanted to do, I wanted to change. So I put the language programming from the first grade to 12. And it was really interesting. And I had like, it took me like 2 years in order to establish that kind of curriculum, because I had to be careful, like the municipality has their own rules. You cannot like really go, something. But since the school was like private, we had a chance like to change it 50% of the curriculum. So we were like, I was trying not to respect their rules, but also to put something like more that is valuable for our time, because like sometimes curriculum can be very old and it's not very useful for students in future. So how about you?
so
Tell me about where is your country, where you live?
so I am from India. I am living in southern part of India. We
South.
are we are southern part of it. We are located in southern part of India. We are so close to the Bay of Bengal. Have you heard about Bay of Bengal?
Not to be honest, but I know a lot about Indian because I have a lot of friends here. Like 70% of my friends are Indian, so I know a lot about them. And is it like in South? If I'm not wrong, do you guys talk Telugu, right?
Yeah, we
Or
belong to south, in fact. So
yeah,
the state there we are living is called Andhra Pradesh. You might have heard about it because you are saying that you have many friends from India.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
have I have many friends from South, West, East, from everywhere. So each of them are telling me their stuff and stories about India, about their part. It's really interesting. Like India is huge. It's like you guys
yeah,
have more than 77 languages. Just imagine. So it's kind of really
definitely,
huge.
definitely. I can't speak with my fellow Indian who is living in northern part of India because the language
Yeah,
barrier is there. So I can't understand
yeah.
the Hindi and he can't understand my language. So the only common language that can connect the Indian
It's
from
English.
north to south is English. It's undoubtedly English.
Yeah, yeah, that's really good, because you can use it for your own good. But the other discussion I was having with my friends, you guys sometimes are forgetting your own languages, like talking English, because they
Definitely.
were saying we have a yeah. I mean, it's good, it's not bad, but we should really respect our language, right? We should have respect and talk more also in our language when it's possible. My friends were
There is
telling me, I don't know if it's true, but my friends were telling me like usually only with the old people they talk their own language. They don't talk like between young people.
absolutely true. See, there is no other alternative in India because English has become a link language. Is a language is called lingua franca, and it connects north to south and east to west. Because there is no other option and there is no other alternative rather than this. That's why
Mm-hmm.
the people keep saying that we are ignoring our own languages, and
Mm-hmm.
in very short time, our regional languages are going to be vanished. because of the priority we are giving the too much priority for the English. Of course, though people are saying like that, but there is a reason for learning the English language because it has become a medium of communication. It has become a medium of communication. So we have to accept the truth. And same time, I have a few questions. You belong to the Serbia, I think, am I right?
I'm from Kosovo.
So sorry,
No, no
I
worries.
misunderstood that.
No worries, no
Okay.
worries. No,
Uh,
it's fine.
you have been a Fulbright scholar, so you are now.
Yeah, I'm already, yeah, I'm already here. I came in September 2020 here. So yeah, I'm still here. So I have one more year for my program, and it's going well. It's really good. I mean, even though beside like COVID, the restriction, we try to have fun in, respecting the rules and stuff, but it was really good.
So I have plans to visit United States of America in the coming September. As a part of Fulbright exchange program because I have been
Wow,
selected
that's really
Fulbright program. So I am planning to visit
that's really awesome.
September.
Cool.
I'm going to share the many experiences with different
Wow.
teachers coming across the globe. But if there is any possibility, I can try to interact with you if there is any
Sure, if
possibility.
I'm
If
gonna
my
be around, if it's not, but Nevada, to be honest, is very far. You already told me that you're gonna go in Nevada, and it is pretty cool far. But if for any case I may travel or you travel, yeah, for sure, just let me know if you're around. We can meet in person. That's nothing that it cannot be done.
definitely.
Yeah, sure.
So let us discuss about our the program. I think it's almost 8 minutes time is left for our
Yeah,
session. So
yeah,
my their focus area is on your achievements and the Fulbright program, as well as your current study, that is what we call business intelligence. They are
business
also going to
intelligence, and
throw some.
then yeah,
They
sure,
are
sure.
also
Feel
going to
free.
experience. So I'm sure that they are going to get as much information as possible, and they are going to get inspired from you because you have been a champion
Yeah,
Fulbright program. So probably who knows that they will also be selected for the Fulbright as a scholar, and they will move to the United States of America. And so you are going to be inspirational for my students. Definitely, this
oh, thank
program.
you so much. It's really good. This is how it works. Like someone else was inspiration for me, and it's good you to be inspiration for someone else. So I will try my best. I will just really be also honest, because being like winning a scholarship is not so easy sometimes. It has also the hard part. So I'm gonna try to be realistic as much as possible. So to tell also the part that it's not so easy, so they have to know what it comes also with the price.
Yeah, yeah. So the Fulbright program itself is a gift, is a boon for any student living in any part of the world because this enables the student to explore not only just America and he can enhance his levels in his core subject and he can develop immensely because this gives a great opportunity for the student and to make many innovations in the subject.
Yeah,
Definitely, I know the value of it because I myself got selected for the teacher exchange program, so I know the value how much competition go through to get selected for this program
yeah,
because there are
yeah,
many students compete with another. So it's a actually, it's a great achievement. In fact, so let us hope that my students will definitely get inspired by you by your achievements,
yeah,
and we are
sure,
all
sure, sure.
after we are all living in a global world. So uh, Kosovo
Yeah,
and India may be too far away in terms of the location, but we are all living in
yeah,
a global village, sharing the same thoughts.
yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree, totally agree. Like internet, like make it everything so near and make it everything like, we should be really like grateful that we are living in this area. So definitely, I totally agree with you. Like, just imagine, like some years before, like people was waiting like 1 month sending one letter, right? They were like even using the, I don't know, like the horses or something, and then you had to wait like for months for a letter to get back to you or to send it. So it's just amazing. You just like click send, and in a second, like you're now just sending the email to other part of the world. So we should really like reflect on that and be grateful that we are living in this kind of era, I would say.
Yeah, definitely, we are so lucky enough to be able to interact with one another. And though we are living in different parts of the world, we are able to communicate. We are able to involve our students in these sessions. It's a great opportunity for the students living in the 21st century era. I think they are lucky enough. Compared to my
Yeah.
school days, we used to
Mm.
we were not fortunate enough to watch the television sets because it was very rare to see the people having the television sets. I think no it was possible for us to make a phone call to the other end of the globe. But today we are lucky enough to have a fast internet connectivity, and they are able to interact with the teachers and students and from the other end of the world. Lucky enough, in
Yeah.
fact, very
Yeah,
fortunate,
yeah, yeah.
very very.
Yeah, totally, totally. Sharing experience is one of the things like I think people use as a self-development. You are like somehow you see people like living in different environments, having different lives, but in some points you can see like we are so common. We have a lot of things in common, even though we may think that, oh, the other part of people living in that world is they're so different and they're, I don't know. But when you talk to people, you always will find like a common ground. You always will see we are human beings, we are the same. And by understanding this and reflecting this one, I think so it helps a lot. It helps a lot even when you want to organize something. You know that when you do something for your country, maybe that can be helpful for everyone. So yeah, definitely, like beyond everything, we are all human beings, even though some people um, they are so into diversity. We are diverse in too many senses, but I think we have more common ground that we are more different. I don't know. This is how I see it.
Definitely, India is a different country from all together. Not just
Yeah.
only the language and India in terms of the region, diversities are there. At the same time, the costumes are different, and weather is different from north to south, east to west. So India is definitely is a country of many diversities. At the same time, India can also be called as a subcontinent. So India has a different time zone, but may not be the same different time zones, but we have a different weather region. So I
Yeah.
think one of my students has that session. So would you like to
Great.
take 5 minutes break, or shall we continue?
No, I'm cool. Yeah, we can continue. Yeah, we can continue. I'm all cool. Hello,
So still
Naga. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce your name well. Naga, am I saying well?
no problem because it is always difficult for any foreigner to pronounce the other countries' names. For instance, if I
Yeah.
and yeah, please correct me if I go wrong. Sergi, is it right?
Seria.
Seria.
Seria. Is
Yeah.
Seria.
Okay. So that's how we always go wrong when it comes to.
Yeah, yeah, it's very normal. I'm even used like people like mispronounce my name, so I'm not really I don't have any problem with that. So we're good. Because the J that I have, many people pronounce it as J. I think so. That's why they say Seriji. But I
And
used
it's
to
very
work also with a lot of Indians, and I know how they pronounce the name, so I'm already familiar with that. I
so
think
would you
Naga
mind
is
sharing?
here.
Would you mind sharing some of the scholars, Fulbright scholars coming from India? And do you have any? You have just mentioned that you have some
No, I
friends.
don't have Fulbright. I have friends from my school. I don't have Fulbright from India that I know. Maybe there are, but that I know, I don't know. There is none in my school, but in my school, there are like 70 or maybe 60% of my friends are Indian. So yeah, but I don't know for now any Indian Fulbright. For sure they are, because I'm in New Jersey. Maybe they are more in New York or in other places, but not in my school. Or maybe I'm
Is
not
there any
aware.
possibility? Is there any possibility to reach out to them? And do you have any a session where all the scholars meet together at the end of your program? Is
So
there any
Fulbright
possibility?
has, like when you go to their application, they have like the whole Fulbright scholars where you can check like in which school they are. You can like network with them. It's really very helpful, their tools. So also you're gonna have, I think, access after you're admitted to program when you come. I think they should give you access to the application. And when you go to, I'm not sure about your, because your program is more different than mine, but I'm pretty sure you're also gonna have like a directory of people, what they study, where they are, in which year they won the scholarship, and so on. So I think you're also gonna have the. So I think the application, if I'm not wrong, one second, is Fulbright Network. Yeah, no, Fulbrighter. The application of, if you want to like just download it from your phone, is like Fulbrighter, but then you have to email the admin and tell your ID. Do you have like a Fulbright ID of the program?
Not
Yeah, you
having
may
it
not.
yet.
Yeah, you may not have it now. I'm not sure how it works for your program, but you should like email admin to give you access, and they ask you for some information in which program you are, in which year you study, and so on. And then if you're like eligible, they're gonna give you access to the application. And when you go to the application, you're gonna have the whole like people there that you can see what they study or what they do.
Our program actually 6 weeks time, 6 weeks program. So we hardly stay in the United States of America for 45 days. I think probably 45 days. So 6 weeks. But what about your program?
My program is
How
two
long?
year. My program is 2 year. Yeah.
So my students have, I think, have joined. So let me ask them to introduce themselves. So students, one
Sure.
by one, try to introduce yourself. Here is our guest teacher coming from all the way from United States of America, and you are fortunate enough today to interact with her, and you will come to know many interesting facts about the Fulbright and business intelligence and her achievements. More than that, importantly, her achievements. I think you will definitely get inspired by her. So, Neeraja, you start your introduction first.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Nerea. So if I'm not saying right your name, please let me know. Am I saying Nerea? Is it good?
So,
Should we
Yes, ma'am.
pronounce Nerea?
Neraya,
Neeraja.
Neeraja,
Neraja.
Neeraja.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Neraja.
Nice to meet
Neeraja,
you, ma'am. My
share your
name is Neeraja. I'm studying 9th grade. My hobbies are playing games and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a nurse. I would like to ask you a question, ma'am.
Sure.
Neeraja, Neeraja, you can. Okay, okay, go
Would you
ahead.
mind explaining us, would you mind explaining us about your achievements?
Sure. Sure. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Neraja. So I come from Kosovo, and from maybe some of you, if they don't know the country, is in Southeast Europe. If you go to the map and check the Southeast Europe, you're gonna see Kosovo is near Albania. So what I have done, like in my bachelor degree, it was the telecommunication engineering. And in high school, I had like a general general subject, I took it. When I was in high school, Neraja, so I was like seeing the teachers, you know, the traditional teaching, like they just go like give the lecture and then we have the exams, and I was never like satisfied with this kind of like teaching. So I was like, from the high school I was having like a dream. I was saying, if I ever gonna be a teacher, I really gonna teach my students some like real stuff that they can use in their real life, right? So I was having this dream from my high school, and I finished my bachelor degree, and I said, I want to do my I mean, I want to like complete my dream. So what I did, I went to the business world. I worked as an IT for 5 years, and also was saying, okay, now I know how it works in the real world. So I want to go back and like be a teacher and teach my student the real stuff. So I become a teacher, and then when I went to the school, you know how is the curriculum, right? So I've changed the curriculum from the first grade to 12th grade, and I put all like programming languages, even the first grade. But the first grade was used to learn the languages by games, and to 12th grade they had like more advanced programming languages. So I think I worked there, if I'm not wrong, like 3 to 4 years. So somehow I completed my dream. I did all the changes that it should be done in curriculum. I somehow put more practices in curriculum. So I was really like happy with that kind of what I did. After I've done this one, I was like looking for a scholarship for a master degree, and it was not easy. It was not easy. I was even telling to Professor Hari, like, I want to tell students the truth. It's not like so easy, like you just go and apply and you're gonna get the scholarship. It took a lot for me. So I was applying for 3 years. 3 years I was looking for scholarship, because some of the scholarship are half, some of the scholarship do not pay the whole expenses, and I was really looking for a scholarship that would pay the whole expenses of my journey, of my master degree. So it was not easy, because each scholarship would have their own procedure. Like, it could, some scholarship take 6 months, some scholarship take 1 year. So you really have to be a patient person, really patient. So what I've done, finally, after 3 years, I said like to myself, I'm really tired. Like, I'm really tired because I'm applying a lot, and I was like going to the first round, to the second round, and always in the third round I would like fail, you know. And I said to myself, if I don't get the scholarship this year, you know, I really have to change my life plans, because it's enough. And it's interesting. It's interesting that after my final try, like when I tried the Fulbright scholarship, in fact, I went that one. It was like 1 year. It was really hard. You had to go through exams. You had to go through interviews, and it was not an easy journey. But now that I'm here, and I'm seeing all this experience, academic but also life experience here, is like, oh my God, I'm saying like the 3 years and everything is worth it. Is definitely worth it. Everything what I went through, every my efforts, my struggles, and everything was really worth it.
Saraya,
Yeah,
actually,
thank you.
you also come from a middle class family in your country. So the students that I have in this session are also belong to the lower middle class families. Most of them are actually coming from the downtrodden families. So their parents actually lake out their living by doing some minute jobs, maybe profile jobs actually they are doing. So
Yeah.
they have their own dreams in life, but they don't know how to fulfill them. So you are a
Okay.
live example. You are a live example for
Okay.
these students. So could you please
I
offer
understand.
them?
Yeah, I totally understand. Thank you for the question. So somehow I was the same. I was not from a rich family. I used to work from 3 years old. I used to work for myself, and then I did not have like too much, like, you know, good condition in my home too. Like, of course, the basic one and everything was always fine. But as you, I was like always in the same level and having like the dreams, because when you are in this kind of class and you see like rich people and you see like, oh my god, they were like so easy like achieving their goals, they just say I want to do this and they do that, because you always think that money can buy everything. You always think that the rich people, they just may have to make with fingers and they're good to go. But it's not also the same for us, right? We really have to work hard. I told you that I was like applying for 3 years and I had to go to many things to get something. So I really feel you how you are, because I was in that kind of I would say mindset that somehow it's not for us. We are like, oh, I think we have to admit that something else are not for us, but that's not true. As I said, I think the key to the success is being patient. It's if you really want something, you have to work. I have been I don't know, rejected. I cannot even count the scholarship. I cannot even count because I just forgot, because I was just applying a lot. So if I was the person that I would not be patient, I would not be here. So what I'm trying to say to the student now, to all of you here, if you really want something, you just like sit and visualize yourself in that position. You want to gain a scholarship, whatsoever is your dream. It doesn't have to be the scholarship. We are talking today for scholarship, but the whole dreams, everyone does not have the same, right? So it doesn't have to be only the scholarship. Whatever you want in your life, you want to make your life better, you just visualize yourself on that kind of state of mind that you want to be. Let's say you want to have really like beautiful house, or having really a good harmony with your family. You want to like dress well. Let's say you want to be a professor, you want to be astronaut, whatsoever. You have to visualize first in your mind. First you have to see yourself as that, and then go back to reality and see, okay, I feel that I can be that person. When you feel that one, and then go back to reality in your daily life, you take your notebook and just write there the steps. Okay, what I have to do to achieve this. When you write the steps, you continue implement them in your daily life. And one thing that you have to remember, they're not gonna be like in 1 year or 2 year, they're not gonna be like fulfilled. Another key that I said, after you visualize it, is the patient. Definitely being patient. That one day you're gonna be there. You have to be so strong that whatever it comes in your life, you have to be strong and to remember that visualization that you had in your mind. Like you always have to say like, okay, I'm passing this struggle. This is a challenge. Oh my God, I'm not feeling well. Oh my God, I'm feeling depressed. Oh my God, I want to cry. Everything is normal. You should take everything that's as a normal. But what you should never forget, you should not forget the visualization of the person that you want to be. This is the one that you should not allow to yourself. Allow yourself to cry, allow yourself to be depressed, allow yourself, I don't know, to go crazy sometimes, but never allow yourself to forget the person you want to be.
Definitely, it's an inspirational story for my students. And you also come from the lower middle class background, but you have finally made your way to your dreamland, America, and fulfilling
Yeah.
your dreams. Hats off to you for being so inspirational to my students and as well as me. So Lohit Girija, it's your turn. Try to introduce yourself and
Okay,
ask your
sir.
question.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, Lohita. Am I saying right your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, nice to meet you, Lohita.
Nice to meet you, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Doing good, thank you. How about you? How was your day so far?
Fine, ma'am.
Do you have any
My name
question for me?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Lohita Girja. I study in 7th grade.
My hobbies are reading books, playing games, dance, and watching TV. My life ambition is to become an English teacher.
Wow, that's great. So you're gonna be like your teacher. You
Yes,
already
ma'am.
you already have an example, so it's gonna be very easy for you.
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask one question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure, feel free.
Please share about your Fulbright experience.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you, Lohita. Thank you for the question. So when I came in September 2020, 2020, and you know that it was the COVID time. So to be honest, in the first month, it was not so good because we had the curfew and you had to stay, at home, and it was so hard to make new friends. Like you're in new country, and it was not so easy. So the September and October, I had some struggles, also the homesickness, and you're changing the everything. Definitely, you're like, someone is taking you from your home and is putting you, let's say, to the jungle, and you're a little bit shocked, like, okay, what should I do now? Like a new world, everything new. You don't have any of the family members, nothing. So the September and October was not really a good experience because I was going through self transformation, even in my mind. But after that one, I started to make like new friends. I started to be familiar with the school system. I started to go out to visit like new places, and then everything started to be so good. So the now I'm like, because even the Fulbright scholar is also about the culture exchanges, so they pay us also enough to travel. So I'm using this time also for academic, but also I'm using for traveling. So far, I think, if I'm not wrong, I visited five states, 5 or 6 states, and it was really good. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to share the pictures, or Professor Hari, should I share the pictures or?
Just try to enable you. Yes, you can do it now.
Okay. I want to share the pictures. I hope you can see how the country look like. So this is also the other Fulbrighters. So the one of the other thing that is really good for Fulbright is that you meet a lot of people from different countries. So here we have like the Patrick is from Germany, Emma is from France, Indonesia, Panama, again Germany, Japan, and so on. So as you can see, one of the most beautiful thing in the Fulbright program is that you meet person for every part of the world. And also you meet person that you sometimes you didn't even hear their country. You're like, oh, where is that? So it's amazing because sometimes you also learn geography, it's like, oh, that one is there, I never heard about that. So, and you hear about their culture, you hear about their experience, you hear a lot, and overall you make new friends. After all the program is done, literally you have friends everywhere that you can just pick up the phone and say, hey, I want to go to India, I want to go to Germany, I want to go to Japan. And you have friends all over the world. This is amazing. One of the really part of the Fulbright program is this one, like the culture exchange, also with American, but also with other people that come here. So here we I can remember the name of the park, it was there, but we were to Puerto Rico. Yeah, it was really good. This part of US, so we did not need visa, so it was really good. Let me just try to share. And you see, this is the coconut, and usually it was one of my friends was trying to get the coconut from the trees. It was really hard. It is not really easy to get the coconut, but they were trying with some methods, like taking one coconut and like punching the other one, or using the wood or something. It was really fun. 1 second, let me just try to see. I was also in US Virgin Island, and I was trying some karate. I think I love kung fu and all this kind of stuff, so I was trying to make some of the this is the Virgin Island. It was really quiet there. So yeah, basically there's like the traveling, as you can see, and I've been awarded for my performance and also for the leadership in my school. It was really good, thank you. So yeah, this is the one, my award that I just won in May. So Stevens is my school, and as I said, I studied business intelligence. Yeah, so basically that's it, traveling, learning. I was also in Las Vegas. It was really fun there too, people playing all the time, you know, gambling is like everywhere there. So it was really fun also. We were to Grand Canyon also. It was, so we woke up 8 a.m. until 8 p.m. We did the hiking, and after that one we all were dead, like our legs was not working anymore. And I met some local from Arizona. They were really like beautiful woman, and as you can see, they were like local people from there. And I was like, hey, can I take a picture? They clothes is so unique, you know, the cowboy. We should say cow woman here, right? Yeah, they were really good. They're really cool. So yeah, this is how it is, the experience from the Fulbright: traveling, learning, meeting new people, having fun, but also working hard, also studying hard, because you know the program is a little bit overwhelmed, you know, it's overwhelmed. But if you're a determined person, if you're really hardworking, you're gonna make it. You're gonna make it to travel, you're gonna make it to learn, and you're gonna do everything in once.
So students, I think you have just heard the story of Fulbright, and so inspirational. You can also travel to United States of America, your dream world, and on the footsteps of our guest teacher. And if you work hard, well, I think if you follow her footsteps, if you listen to her carefully, and what are the instructions that she has given, and you should be determined, you should be committed, and you should have the sole aim of achieving your life ambition. So you should not divert from it any part of the time in your life. So you are able to do that, and you can also make it to your dream without any compromise. So again, we have some questions. Who is going to ask the second question? Kaushik, would you like to
Thank you,
go ahead?
ma'am.
Thank you, Lohita.
Kaushik. Okay, then Nagalakshmi. Yes, Kaushik, go ahead and ask the question.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Kaushik. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become a police officer.
Hello, Koshik. Nice to meet you. You want to be a police? That's really good. Good for your country. You want to be in your country or somewhere else?
My country, ma'am.
Awesome. Awesome. Your country is going to be very proud of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any question
Can I
for
ask?
me? Yeah, yes,
Can I?
please.
What is the prominence of English language in this world?
So I was even talking with Professor Hari. So I have a lot of Indian friends, right? And my Indian friends were telling me that in India there are more than 77 languages. So we were talking with Professor Hari and saying like because everyone talks in English, Indian people are able to understand each other. If it wasn't English, even though you guys like are Indian, it could be very hard to understand someone from South or someone from West or someone from East India. So India is one country, but I'm Indian, let's say from South. I'm going to the West. If I talk like let's say Telugu, they're not gonna understand me, right? So by knowing English, by having a universal language, it's so good that because whenever you're gonna go, you're gonna have the tool to communicate. And when you have a tool to communicate, is everything you can achieve. Whatever you're gonna do. For instance, you're gonna be a police officer, right? You're gonna be in your country, but you also have to communicate with others. You cannot communicate with others with your own local language. But since English is like more universal and everyone like is teaching that one, not only in India, but also other part. For instance, now, look at us now. I'm from Kosovo, you're from India. Total different language. I talk Albanian. You talk Telugu, right? Or Hindi?
Telugu.
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 Okay. So you talk Telugu. Just imagine if none of us would not know any universal language, how we could communicate, how I should like explain my journey to you. It would be impossible. Tomorrow when you're going to be a police officer, you may want to learn something that not is not available in Indian, let's say, lecture, in literature, sorry. So what you do, you go to the internet and you find in other language, for instance, in English. So another plus, you can make you can be a self-development by using the other language, because in Indian, maybe that book or that article or that newspaper is not available in your country, but is available in other country. So by knowing your language, you're also being universal. Also, you're having universal knowledge. Also, you can like expand your knowledge and everything by knowing only one language, especially like because now English, it meant to be like in universal. So also we have to be grateful. But I was also saying to Professor Hari, we should also be proud of our language. We should never forget our language. It's not that we have to talk only with the old people or language. We have to respect our language. We also have to talk our language with our peers, with our friends. You should know, we should know the border where we have to talk in English and where we have to talk our own language. We should never forget where we should really respect our language. That's our mother language.
Yeah, so definitely. Nagalakshmi, it's your turn.
Yes, sir. Hello, ma'am. My name
So
is
Nagalakshmi, your
Nagalakshmi. I am studying 7th.
I'm sorry, I'm having problem.
My name is
connection.
Nagalakshmi. My name is
Nagalakshmi.
Nagalakshmi.
Hello, hello.
My name is Nagalakshmi. I am studying in 7th grade. My hobbies are reading books and playing games. My future ambition is to become an English teacher. Can I ask
Wow.
one question?
Yeah, sure.
Could you please tell us something about your home country?
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the question. So Kosovo is like a small country. I will share again the screen, so I will show you the map. 1 second. So you know for which country I'm talking. Okay, so as you can see, like Kosovo is this part here. This is the Southeast Europe, right? This is the Southeast Europe. To have an overview of where is India, maybe I can just minus so we know where is India and Kosovo. It is going to be very small, I think so. Oh, I think we're good. Okay, I cannot like do it. You see, India is here. Can you guys see my screen, right?
Yeah, we can see.
Awesome. So India is here and Kosovo is here. Just to have an overview for you how it's related with India. So India is here and Kosovo is here. This is like the whole Europe, right? And the southeast part is here. So Kosovo is a small country. It has like 2 million people. And we used to be part of Albania. So we are Albanian with ethnicity, right? But you know, because of politics and stuff, they separated this part of Albania. And and this was used to be we were like in the Soviet Union. You're gonna learn in history, I guess. After, I'm not sure in which grade you have the history of the word, Harry.
So students here they learn the history right from the sixth grade. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
of course, but here, if I happen to look at the region, I think Skokoji, in fact, reminds me of the birthplace of Mother Teresa. Have you heard
Yeah,
about it?
exactly. Mother Teresa is Albanian, so Mother
Yeah,
Teresa is from my country.
she was also born in the same region, Skokoji. I think the word itself
Yeah,
reminds me of yeah.
yeah, that's so good. Thank you so much that you mentioned, because I know that she was very connected with Indian, very connected, and everyone knows her. So thank you very much for mentioning. So that's really good also for a student to know something, that people from Albanian people, they also were very connected with Indian and they contributed. So one of them is Mother Teresa. I guess the student knows her. So yeah, she was from our country. And maybe since they see too much of the TV, I'm not sure if they know the singers like Dua Lipa, Bebereja. They are also from my country. Does any of you knows like Dua Lipa, Bebereja?
Oh,
They
we
don't
don't
know.
have any.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, they are from our country. So it's a small one. It's really a great country, because when you're a small one, you know each other, and it's like a big family, like a whole country. It's really a big family, and you when you go there, people are so friendly, so friendly. So whenever, if anyone would have any chance to travel, would really good to visit Kosovo. And because also you're gonna have like access to go to the beaches. There hiking, we have beautiful mountains, beautiful mountains. I'm not sure if I have any picture here. I would show, our mountains are so great. uh 1 second. Look at this one. Oh, I used also to be telling them my country to this. They were like Fulbrighters. So as you can see, our mountains are really beautiful. We have more than 300 mountains, so it's really beautiful there.
Really.
Yeah,
So thank you so much for sharing.
thank you also for the question.
Thank you, ma'am.
So
Thank you also.
here we have 5 minutes time is left in this time slot. But if you don't mind, could you please reconnect again once this
Yeah,
time
sure,
slot is complete?
sure. I
So,
will. I will. Sure, definitely.
uh, yes, Jagadish, it's your turn.
Yes, yes, sir. Hi, ma'am. My name is Gatti Jagdish. My hobbies are reading books, playing games, and watching TV. My future ambition is to become an army person. Can I ask one question?
Hello, Gatu. Nice to meet you. Can you please let me know what's your dream? I just couldn't hear well.
Army person, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Yes, please feel free. What's your question?
Could you please explain about business intelligence?
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna try to explain it more simple, because you're in the grade that you did not learn some subject that are more advanced, but you're gonna learn it soon. So I will try to uh, tr- I want to take an example from daily life so you understand. Okay, I think I got one. So let's say, Gatu, you're in your home, right? And you are having like expenses for the whole week. You're like, you want to buy like you go to buy clothes, you go to buy food, everything that you need from the home, right? When you buy and you don't take notes like what you're buying, and when you're in the end of the month, you're like, oh, where the whole money went. Like maybe your father and dad is going to say, oh, the money is going so fast, we really like spend a lot in food or in clothes or in traveling whatsoever. But what business intelligence do, is it helps you to spend like I would say economically, but also you know, in the right way. So what you do with the business intelligence, you take the whole expenses that you're doing during your daily life. Let's say you can use Excel. One of the tools that you can do something in business intelligence, the simple tool is Excel. And you just take all the things and you put in the Excel. You say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this, and you put, okay, for food, I expense this. And from that one, you do a graph. When you see the graph, you see, oh, I think I spent more on the clothes. So I have to be careful, like next month, not to spend in this, in that. So I can, like my salary, let's say, will be enough for me to live a good life. So the business intelligence take the data and based on the data, decide what you should do in order to solve a problem or to optimize the problem. So I'm working on a project for vaccination. I will share it to you. 1 second. I'm working with the vaccination. So I want to know how much each country is doing with, for instance, with vaccination. So Tableau is one of the other tools. So Excel is one and Tableau is another one. I will share to you my project. Just give me 1 second until it's open. So now we are in the vaccination part, Gatu. So we want to know how fast each country is doing, right? So what I did, I took the whole data from each country and now I have the graph here. Give me 1 second. So as you can see here, can you see my screen? Gatu, can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you see the graph here? So this is the graph that it says in each day, each country, how fast they are doing the vaccination. We have like speed for 1 dose, and then we have the people who took the whole vaccination, the 2 vaccination. It depends for what kind of vaccination, in fact. Some vaccination have 2 doses, some have only 1 dose. So you can see from here, now, if we put it in the graph, we can see, oh, it seems, for instance, I don't know, like Israel is doing way better than, I don't know, like Brazil, right? So from the graph, you can see who is doing better, who is going faster, who is going slower. And then after this one, it depends what kind of things you want to solve. So based on the data, then you solve a problem. Let me see if I have India. Oh, so India, you see, India is not doing really good with vaccination.
Yeah.
Like the speed of vaccination is going so slow.
Yes, absolutely. I do agree with you.
Yeah, Gatu, can you see this? Can you
Yes,
see
ma'am.
Can you see India here? You see?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So you see the India, the graph of the India is like until here and like 3.30